Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is abdulrahmankahi and you are watching Animals Production Practices. In our today lecture we are going to talk on the hygiene milk production. As we all know, the milk production is very key product in the dairy industry. However, its hygiene is very important to keep up the quality of the milk. What is the concept of the hygiene? Hygiene milk drawn from the udder of the healthy animals, which is collected in clean, dry milking pail and free from extraneous matter like dirt, dust, flies, hay, manure, etc. Ideal medium for rapid proliferation of harmful microorganisms. Clean milk has a normal flavor with low bacterial count and is safe for human consumption. Hygiene beneficial to both producers and consumers. It's safe for human consumption, better keeping quality, high commercial value. However, protection against diseases like typhoid, dysentery, diphtheria, septic sore throat, etc. helps to produce good quality dairy products. Similarly, transportation over long distances. However, if we talk about the source of the contamination of the milk, during the consumption or giving feed or fodder to the animals, the soil attached to the fodder, similarly the environment in which the animals are inhabiting, milkers' hygiene, and our way to prepare the animal for milking. Similarly, the contaminated water or the polluted water may be the source of contamination of the milk. So, a lot of sources like drinking water, soil, environment, milker hygiene, similarly the milk processing plant, retail or consumer way to consume it, all are the sources of the contamination of the milk. The following measures should be taken care for the production of the clean milk. How can we produce clean milk? Animal management at farm level. The managing the feed, housing and animal health is the basic concern. Cleanliness of the milking equipments, hygiene milking practices, and then the cooling. Prerequisite for hygiene are healthy herd. Routine examination of the cattle for diseases like brucellosis. Diseased animals should be kept separate. Use of inducer drugs should be avoided. Check for udder wounds and mastitis. Vaccination of the animals against FMD, anthrax should be done regularly. So all these are the measures which are very much necessary to be followed to if we want to produce the hygienic or hygiene milk. We have to follow all these practices. Similarly, the high bacterial count reduces the keeping quality of the milk. That's very easy to understand that if the bacterial quantity or the bacterial count is high in the milk, the shelf life of that milk is going to reduce, which is ultimately going to reduce the transportation period of the milk. Feeding. Balanced feed with essential nutrients and minerals is important. Feed ingredients should be stored in moisture-free conditions. Feed and fodder should be free from industrial and environmental contaminants like pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, aflatoxins, as well as heavy metals. There should be no contamination of the feed until we provide to the animals. It's the cutting, it's handling, it's contamination to any type of contaminants should be avoided. Feeding should be made 1 hour before milking. During milking, non-dusty concentrate can be provided to keep the animals busy. Housing, and very important and very much necessary element for the production and gaining the healthy production from the milk from the animals. So, animal shed, main source of contamination. Protect the animals against microorganisms, people, wind, rain, heat, etc. Mud, urine, feces and feed residues should be regularly removed from the shed with proper disposal. Shed should have proper drainage, sufficient lighting. In very wet areas, slaked lime should be used for drying. Sufficient water facility should be available for washing the shed and the animal. Protection from flies and insects, which are potential sources of contamination. Cleanliness of the milking equipments and utensils. Milking equipments: milking pails, milking machine, milking cans, milking pipeline, recorder, bulk, strainer, chiller, bulk tank and storage tank. The cleanliness of all these equipments is very basic thing to maintain the hygiene of the milk. Cold water rinse, scrubbing with brush and the warm detergent. Cold water rinse, sterilization with boiling water or steam. If available, or use dairy sanitizing solutions such as hypochlorite. Dry cans on drying rack. So how can we maintain the cleanliness of all these equipments? Simply by cold water rinse or the other these such type of methods, and at the end exposure to sunlight with enhanced killing of bacteria. Milk vessels should be cleaned before and after each milking, rendering bacteria free. Detergents, chemicals used for cleaning should be non-injurious, non-toxic to health. Use of ash or mud not recommended. Cleaned and sanitized vessels should be kept in inverted position. Open buckets should not be used. Floor sweeping just before milking should be avoided. Milker's hygiene. Free from communicable diseases, the milker should wear clean clothes and nails trimmed. Should neither eat or spit anything. Before milking, milker should clean his hands with soap, potable water and then wipe with clean cloth or towel. At the time of the milking, what could be the methods or the measures to maintain the hygiene of the milk? Clean the udder and teats with lukewarm water and wipe with clean cloth or towel. The forced dripping should be collected in separate utensils, cup, and should be discarded to avoid flies and insects. After milking, teat should be dipped in antiseptic solution to minimize risk of infection. Wet milking moistening hand in milk or water or soy oil is not recommended. Milking should be completed within 6 to 8 minutes. Milk should be strained using a clean cloth or strainer. The cloth should be washed and dried daily. Advantage of producing clean milk is lost if post-milking handling is not carefully done. To preserve the keeping quality of the milk, it should be cooled as soon as possible to a temperature below 5 degrees Celsius in a refrigerator. The sooner the milk is cooled after removal, the better is the quality. Bacterial growth is retarded by cooling the milk within 2 hours of milking. Delivery of the milk to the factory or the consumer should be as frequent as possible. That's about today's lecture. If you are having any type of question, you may ask in the comments. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.